Hello, welcome back to Blender Live. In this episode, I want to show you the breakdown on how I make Blender to talk to ComfyUI to generate AI generated image. And I'm actually running LCM in this case. It's a latent consistency model. Okay, LCM, and this is a custom node. And for let me try to show you. If I have this prompt: oil painting of Ibu Jamu holding cup of tea, drinking alone, wearing batik next to table with a single rose flower by Leonardo da Vinci. So it's gonna create something that probably looks like Mona Lisa. So as you can see, it's in just about a second, it's generating something. Okay. So every time I do like a command enter, command return, it's gonna generate something. And the result inside Blender, uh, so in Blender, I have this Python code, and I just simply run it. So what's gonna happen is Blender gonna connect to ComfyUI in this address, and gonna send this prompt and just tell it to create five different prompts, and then just run it, and we're gonna get some result. Okay, the result is actually inside the ComfyUI output, and this is the result. The Mona Lisa one. Okay, the Mona Lisa is generated earlier. This one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then now we have the one generated from inside Blender. I mean, the command is sent in from Blender. The ComfyUI will generate output, and we get 5 image. We can actually tell it to generate four image and send it to ComfyUI. So as you can see, this is Blender sending it into, you can see it in the terminal. ComfyUI got the prompt, and it's running in process, LCM, inference, and so on and so on. So it's what I want to show you is how I get to this. First of all, I have to explain the ComfyUI currently, like I said, is running this LCM sampler, but this node is actually a custom node as well. And in order to get this, first of all, you need to install ComfyUI yourself first, set up the Python environment, etc. When you have ComfyUI running properly, you just download this repo ComfyUI flowtie LCM. So this is to generate the custom node LCM sampler, and you simply git pull that repo into ComfyUI custom nodes. Just place it in here as a folder, and then you download the model related to that manually. Just download this LCM Dream Shaper Safe Tensor. This one is actually from LCM Shaper. Where's this from? Oh, this is from Simian Law. Okay, you just download this Safe Tensor. It's around 3.4 gigabyte. Just put the model in here inside the checkpoints, and then you should be ready to go. So just now, I believe the one Blender generated, yeah, it's already done. So we have man alone, bearded man alone drinking coffee. We have llama in the middle of the street, turtle, mushroom, and some kind of reptile. The reptile thing is a little bit funny. Okay, let me change that. So this is the prompt. Beautiful reptile. Okay, maybe change this. Princess Peach on abandoned castle, reading book, at night, fireflies. So this is all the prompt. I can add any prompt at any time. So it's pretty simple. It's gonna run it again. It's too fast actually. At some point I wish I want to have a way so that we can send whatever in the 3D scenes. Could be monkey head, could be default cube. I can add a monkey head actually here. Currently it's using this Dream Shaper LCM. Okay, I want to say like a head totem of monkey head made of mecha garbage recycle. I like the idea of recycling garbage in the middle of empty park. Okay, just for the next one I can send it now. I think the nice thing about ComfyUI is it's gonna do it as a batch in the background, so it's you can do other things. So anyhow, let's see what's going on. So this is the usual ComfyUI interface. It's a node-based system, and everything you send, any commands will get queue. So that's a nice thing about ComfyUI. So the generation will be happening in the background. So at first I actually asked Bart, hey Bart, I want to be able to send command from Blender into ComfyUI using the backend or whatever. I know the fact that there's a server running here, and if we type in prompt, it's just a running server, right? So we can send JSON kind of message. I actually researched a little bit. Of course, I get help from here, from medium.com. I Google search first, and ComfyUI, you can have API, blah blah blah. There is a script anyway. At the very end, there's a script here to get me started. I actually try using that one. So what I have first. I have this one, actually the one that's generated using normal Python. This is running Python IDLE. I can run this command, it's gonna work the same. What you might be interested in is this workflow underscore API.json. We need to have this first, right? This is actually the nodes that's being saved from ComfyUI. Let me get back. So from ComfyUI, if you go under controls panel setup, you need to enable dev mode, turn this on, and then you save API format. Once you save this, you're gonna get this file, workflow api.json. I just save it under download, and you can see the whole nodes. This is the whole node saved as a JSON. And what the script does actually, it recreates the workflow on the fly, and then sending the queue into ComfyUI. All right, so this is something that you can send into ComfyUI server. So we have, I think we do have something running. Let me try using the normal Python. So this one, normal Python. Man, woman, okay. Maybe this one. I just changed to bunny. one. Okay, let's go up. Illustration of maybe not the woman, maybe dwarf standing in the middle of the busy street. This is a Python, and I just do the F5. It's gonna run, send it to ComfyUI. It's gonna generate something for us. Let's read this one. This one is from that website, from this Medium articles. Copy paste, made some modification. I actually asked Bart to try to do this, try to explain what the script is all about, right? And try to convert it into Blender BPY. So from this original script for Python, so let me try to explain. Import JSON, this is all the module that you import beforehand, and then there's this these functions, define these functions, key prompt to send into this address. This is the load the JSON, and then we're gonna modify the JSON. This is the prompt that we will send. This is the nodes that we're gonna modify from the JSON, and then this is for every prompt that we supply, generate image, save it, blah blah. I think it doesn't really save it. The ComfyUI will save it anyway for you, so don't worry about that part. So we should have a result. So, oh yeah, we have some panda laying on the sofa. We have rabbit on the tree, dwarf. We have a lonely man at a cafe drinking coffee cup. We have this one from Blender, which is okay. I have a feeling. So the generation is so fast. It's just I have to make this like 10 times fast. Make it 20, and we're gonna discuss the result. Okay. Got the prompt. Send it. It's gonna generate every 1 second. So yeah, just gonna continue talking. Where were we? So this is the Python versions. It seems to work, right? So I actually asked I asked Bart convert it into Blender BPY, and this is what I got. Blender BPY. Everything is correct here except for one thing. When it sends the command back, there's a modification that I changed. The rest of them is quite similar to the Python generic Python version. But anyways, let's take a look at the Blender one. This is the Blender versions. Import BPY, import JSON, import request, import random. Everything is the same except for this prompt. Here I have this P prompt flow, and then when I dump the prompt, I need to dump it this way in order to make it to work. Oh, okay, so probably we ran out of memory at some point, so we got runtime error. I'm still recording, but we should get some result. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Maybe this one failed after all, so let's delete this. Config, try to allocate 10 GB on private pool. So the ComfyUI probably thinks that's okay. That's not working properly. So let's try again. Let's see. Comfy. Do I have ComfyUI here? So Going to my username, ComfyUI. This is how everything started. We need to source activated thing. Source virtual environment being activated. So now Python run ComfyUI. ComfyUI is now running, and let's see if this works. Loading pipeline components. Okay, it's running. Shaman. Okay, cool. Yep, now it's working. So back to Blender. I think I was using Blender 4.0. Blender 4.0. Show package content goes inside Blender. Blender running. Sorry. Yep. Like this. 5. Run this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 prompt. Send to ComfyUI. Hopefully it works, and we should get result inside this output. Okay, we have Mario. So this is the shaman lady drinking tea next to a rose. Super Mario drinking alone. A bearded man with Super Mario hat. Yeah, basically it's inspired by Super Mario. We got a llama in the middle of city. So we got the like all the generics one that you can generate very quickly. You get a turtle like in Super Mario, and we have mushroom inside glass. So that works really well. It's actually pretty fast. You can see, and it creates like under around a minute to create one, and we get Princess Peach at night. I mean the image is not like amazing, but it's still generating something, and you get monkey head totem. So yeah, so it works. So at some point I want it to be able to see what's in the 3D scenes when we are inside the camera. Currently it's just like the default cube, but ideally, right, ideally the AI can look what's in the scene and then interpret what's in the scene and then recreate it as AI generated image. But yeah, there are many ways for the AI to see the 3D scene. So at the moment it's running whatever you supply on the text, right? And just gonna run this again. But in the future, hopefully it can use something like a control net to be able to use canny or depth. I think depth is what I need, and also to understand the contents and then recreate a result. But I think with a text description also, if you're writing like a screenwriting, describing a scene shot by shot, every shot what you want to show in the scene, right? How you want things to be animated, you can create some kind of rough concept art. Like I said, even though the artworks currently is this is like super basic, but it explains what you want to show. So you need a sculpture of monkey head, right? What it looks like doesn't matter. You need a man in a coffee shop or whatever. So, and you have llama in the middle of the street, so that also you get a result. You get 10 different results because it's faster than usual, and then you can send it from inside Blender. It's getting quite interesting because uh, in the recent one, in the recent development, you will have a browser with AI. The browser with AI means the browser can have a webcam, so the browser can see. Ideally, it should run on your smartphone, so the AI runs inside your smartphone and then look what you see, and then can interpret what you see, and then feed it back into your head. So that's the idea. You can always prompt it using text, what you want to see, like what you want to imagine, and it's gonna visualize it for you. So that's really the whole process at the moment. I actually, yeah, like I said, I use Bard, right? And the Bard actually sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, but it could explain things like the script, what the script's doing, and then convert it into Blender, and then you need to make a little bit of modifications, but you learn a lot in the process of doing that. Yeah, so that's how this thing works. Yeah, ComfyUI is a node-based system, so it can connect to the back end into from Blender. Like Dream Texture add-on can actually talk to ComfyUI. If you if you provide like some kind of bridge, you can probably ask Bard, or you can, maybe Bard cannot do it right away, but you can help. You can use it as a bridge to create an add-on that connects Dream Texture into ComfyUI. So it's quite possible. Of course, Dream Texture itself is already running, and you just need to supply a prompt. It's gonna send it into Hugging Face Diffuser. However, it's not LCM. And yeah, if you use the Dreamlike photoreal, you know, you can supply this photo of bearded man, blah blah blah. So if we go to image editor, for example, the one that's really fast is the robotic, and I can say make 4 iteration of 5, size 512 by 512, or just run. I can just generate this if I update available. Okay, it's already have updates. But I just wanted to generate this. Okay, interesting. Let me close that anyway, so we get some result. Monkey head, princess, mushroom inside bottle, turtles, and llama, and Super Mario. So yeah, we get everything. It's pretty much. So I explained pretty much everything, but I think in the next video I can explain something like this further. How my quest to try to make AI works inside Blender, and then sort of generating images, etc. But anyway, so that's the case with ComfyUI. You can make Blender to talk to the AI. I'm kind of okay. The Dream Texture add-on should work. I just need to run it here, I think. I'm just curious. So backend, Hugging Face, robotics. Yeah, I can generate here. bearded man sitting alone at pub drinking coffee wearing red hat like Mario. Generate. Apparently I forgot to update the other one in Blender 4.0. I'm back to 3.6 running Dream Texture. So yeah, should be running now. While this is running, you can compare with this guy over here. Sorry, it's kind of popping back and forth. ComfyUI should run a lot faster. We can queue, make batch of 10, for example, queue it. And it's depending on the model as well. In this case, I'm using different model. We have a picture that's a little bit better. It's not DALL-E 3. It's still, it's rough, but I like it rough, It's not too realistic. It's not too commercial. It's still rough, but you can use this to kind of imagine, okay, you can have character in different pose, different camera angle, different compositions. You can study all this. You can repeat the process. And if you're like a comic artist, a manga artist, you can have this as an extra brain just for you to develop some kind of reference. This one is still generating. So yeah, ComfyUI is super fast. You can make 100 in just a few seconds. Normally you would probably like search for Google image. Not normally, this was like few years back ago before the AI generated image. Nowadays you can just run it. I like it to run inside Blender because Blender is my everything app pretty much. So Blender doesn't have a webcam however, but Blender probably can connect to web, like a web kind of format, like a webcam, and then it's gonna interpret that. But anyway, so inside Blender you can have like a 3D scene, and it's gonna interpret the 3D scenes and run this AI and then process it. Alright, so hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.